Brother Syriac. I remember sitting on Bedford Avenue and stating that black men just need to come together, and we had these black men brunches where there was a combination of the seed I planted. And Brother Syriac, you just have been true to it throughout the years, and I really appreciate you for that. And the goal was, one, let's patronize black businesses, and this is a black business. Our money should not be circulated to other communities, and we don't respect our homes. Number two, just get black men in the room, and not to say join an organization, but just to interact with each other. So if you're not making a partnership with another man of color in this room, and just introduce yourself and say, this is what I'm doing, what are you doing, how do we do something together? They've beaten us down so much that, we don't even look at each other. We pass each other on the train, in school, in business. We just need to love each other. We just need to start loving each other. That's just the goal. And so, Syriac, 500 men making a difference, Wayne and others, the entire team just remaining consistent. So here's my message today. I was reading a good book, and I don't know who the person was. I think he was the secretary, he's one of the national security directors, and he had to go speak in Europe. And when he got there, they had a limousine waiting for him. They had a suite waiting for him in the hotel. They took him over to the location he was speaking. They had a holding location for him. And everyone was there to cater him and make sure that he was able to get the level of top shelf treatment. 3 years later, after he left his position, he returned to speak at the same place. When he got there was no car waiting. He had to catch a cab on his own. When he got to the hotel, they moved him to a Motel 6 instead of the suite. When he said, do we have any coffee? They sent him over to a coffee maker machine, and he had to go make his own coffee. And he says that he understood what he received on his first trip was his position. It was not him. It was not him. So I don't get it mixed up. You see me on the train, you see me walking the street, you see me stopping, speaking with the elevator operator, the waiters, the cooks, the messengers. You see me stand on the ground because a lot of the love that I'm receiving citywide, it's not loving Eric, it's loving this position. That's all it is, it's loving the role of mayor. And when I leave the role of mayor and go back to being Eric, people are going to treat me in the same disrespectful manner that they treat you in. And so, I don't want all this glamour. I don't need a lot of security walking me around. I don't need people holding doors for me. I don't need people to bring me my plate. I can swipe my Metro card. I can get on the train. I want to stay grounded, rooted, and focused. So when this is all over, this run is over, I can just go right back in the hood and just do the things that I've always been doing. My name is Eric. All that Mr. Mayor BS, I don't need it. My name is Eric. That's all I am. I am Eric. And so, this is a serious moment for black men. A 3-year-old baby was shot. We don't have the luxury to be debating with each other. I'm just blown away at all the people that have the time. Pastor, I can't even find time. How do people find all this time to be able to be attacking me? I just don't understand it. Negro, go attack those people who are shooting out children. We said, well, you know what? We don't like the shoes Eric is wearing. We don't like Eric is doing this. Oh, stop! Stop! Do you know how many shootings that are currently happening in our community? We're an 11-month-old baby. 11-month-old baby shot in the head while she was sitting next to her mother inside the car. This brother walks out with his baby the other day, three years old, and someone discharged a weapon. Yeah. A mother is standing at the crossing the street with her daughter, 7 years old, and she shot. Come on. This is not who we are. And I know none of you in this room, none of you are committing the shootings. None of you. You are here because you want to build. You're bringing young people in here and we want to engage. But you are not only the choir, you wrote the song. We can't merely sing the song in the sterilized environment of our places. Because too many people are off key out there. They must be singing the same chorus that all of us are singing. We must be mission driven and focused. And ignore all the noise. Ignore all that noise. All that noise that people are constantly creating stories. They're creating stories. You know, Eric is going to bring back stop and frisk. Eric wants to bring back broken window. They just created stories. You know, I said, listen, write what you want, say what you want, do what you want. I'm the mayor. I'm the mayor. And I say this over and over again. By the powers vested in me, I'm going to do my job. And my job will never be abusive to the community that I've fought my entire life to protect. It is silly to run around here stating Eric is all of a sudden going to take 35 years of his life commitment and turn it against the community that got me elected and I've supported my entire life. You don't become something that you've never been. If you want to know the type of mayor I'm going to be, look at the type of man that I've been in this city throughout my entire life. It's not changing. You gotta cut out when people step to you and start just picking up a tabloid and defining my life. You need to step to them and say, listen, shut that noise down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Y'all know him. So you gotta shut it down. We cannot even allow it to fester. We can't sit in the room when people are around at parties and baby showers and other conversations and start, just dumping on me. You can't sit in that room and say, listen, shut that noise down. Shut it down. Because we know that brother. And we know what he stands for. We know his commitment and dedication. We know what he put his life on the line for. I need you right now to turn down all of that noise that people are trying to get in the way of what I'm accomplishing. And not looking at the real record. My blueprint to end gun violence lead into the crisis management team, like A.T. Mitchell. I'm leading into foster care that people have ignored. I'm talking about $38 billion that we're spending a year, and 65% of black and brown children never reach proficiency. I'm messing with the paper of people who have been denying our community for so long. That's why I'm being under attack. I'm messing with their paper. So all of a sudden, I'm messing with their paper. They put a battery in some of your backs, and you running around like the Duracell battery attacking me without realizing that you're attacking yourself. Stop it. History has shown us what they did to King, what they did to Malcolm, what they did to Marcus, what they did to Omega. This is history. Are we going to live the same history, or are we going to define our own history? That's this moment. That's what Black Men Brunch is about. It's partnered with David Banks in the movement he's doing with black male educators and organizations. It's teaming together all of these groups that we have that are siloed. It's time for us to come together under one umbrella. You can be a Q. You can be a Mason. You can be a 500 men making a difference. You can be all of these different organizations and groups. No one is telling you to leave where you are. But we need to know each other and find out, how do I support you in what you are doing in all of these different groups and organizations? Because if we stay splintered, we're not going to be focused on what the mission is. The mission is, all of us in this room, all of us can be tutors. With the reading levels of our young boys and girls, we can all do something in tutorial. Those of you who have programs, basketball programs, after-school programs, you can all come together and do something around this. Get our children off the street and give them real initiative. Teaching them financial literacy, life skills, how to tie a tie, how to shake a hand, how to sit down and negotiate a deal. We all got a role, because many of you are professionals, because I meet you and you tell me the things that you are doing. Let's be united around those things. Then let's elect the right folks. You know, Hercules Reed is running for assembly. Hercules, during COVID, I told my entire staff, you can stay home. Next day, when I went into the office, Hercules Reed was in the office at the height of COVID. He says, I'm not staying home. I'm going to be in the street to help the people here. And I want to learn watching you navigate the complexities of this city. That's the type of leadership that we need. And as a young man that's coming up, this is the type of bench we need to be building with our real leadership for the future. And then the organizations that are here, as you move around the room, learn from them and ask, what are they doing? And then lift up our clergy leaders. But we don't have a better pastor in this city. Or I should say, we don't have, the pastors we have in this city are the best globally. And what we have as CCC, and Pastor Bernard is a symbol of the greatness of our clergy leadership throughout this city. This brother has went into community where it was devastating and looking to build a major initiative. And that church has had so many great leaders come out of it, and a symbol of what we can do. And we need to lift them up and stop hating. No one gave him. He earned it from a little storefront to move into another level and then continue to expand. This brother got all that property over there. We should be leaning into, how do we make sure that property is developed to the full potential that he wants to develop it. And all of our churches will have parking lots, air rights. We want housing, let it go to our first faith-based initiative that could have black contractors that can be part of the building and having affordable housing there. These are the things we want to do. So in my conclusion, listen, folks, we gotta get focused. Gotta get focused. There's a window of opportunity. And when that window shuts, you can't look back later and say, you know what, we should have, we would have, we could have. Now is the time. All those things we fought for, you have one of your own in City Hall. Unapologetically, one of your own. Come on. That's the key. Not walking around here apologizing, I'm sorry, you know, don't know I'm the mayor or not the mayor. No, I'm clear. I'm clear. There's powers that are attached to the office that I'm going to utilize to make this a safe city, removing the inequalities that have existed for a long time, and make sure that we can expand as the diversity of this city. And I'm focused. No distractions, no noise, and grinding. No one is going to outwork me. I'm not going to lead from the rear. I'm going to lead from the front. There are wartime generals and peacetime generals. We are at war with COVID, economics, crime, education, healthcare. We need a wartime general. I'm a wartime general. I'm going to lead my troops into battle. I'm not sending them into the war and say, how is the war? I'm going to lead them into battle. I'm on the front line, and I'm not afraid to be on the front line, because no matter what people say, it's an Esther 4 and 14th moment. God made me for such a time like this.